Hello there, my name is Ismail and welcome to Top Channel 101. So this is a follow-up tutorial on the video editing tutorial, and this time we're going to be starting on the intro video for our channel, and yes, so I've already started on the audio editing here, and so I cut out the different parts that I thought were repetitive and unnecessary, and let me play back this for you. Maybe you can have, so that you can have a listen. Okay, so I muted the audio clips, so let me unmute them. Time lapse modeling video, and if you want to get them with the project files, you can find them on my page later. Let me also edit out this part here, so that maybe you can, if you never saw the previous video, you can see how to edit that out. So you want to get them with the so you just move your timeline indicator to where to the part you want to cut out, and then hit K playback, and then K to edit that. And then you can select the strip and then delete that strip. Now we need to close out this gap, so I'll select these other clips, and then hit D to move them and close that gap. So if we play back, so I think I cut too much out there, so let me undo this a few times. And if you want to get them with the maybe you can also clip this by selecting that arrow there and then doing that, just dragging that. Maybe also trim a few seconds from there. I wish there was an option to just repo delete the space out like in Premiere Pro, but let's box select this other part, then move that to close out that space. I think that can pass. I don't want to sit you through the painful editing part of this. So basically that's what we have. And again, let me reverse back and show you how a quick way to import and then edit. So so that if you don't want to go back to watch the previous tutorial, but if you want an in-depth tutorial, you just have to go back and watch that. But I will just show you quickly how to import and do everything here. So just drag and drop the audio you want, and you will have the clip you want. It will have the video and the audio. So the video is this color and the audio is this color. So because I only wanted the audio, I recorded this using OBS, which records both video and audio, but I only wanted the audio part of it. So instead, what I did, I deleted the audio part, the video part, and to make cuts again, you just move the timeline indicator to the position you want to cut, and then go under strip, and then hit K. Use the K option, or just select this option here to make the cut, which uses the shortcut K, and do that. Delete the parts you want to delete, and move the gap between there to remove the gap. So let's delete that since it's not necessary. So let's start working on the animation. Again, this is going to be the intro part for my channel, and instead of using different softwares, I decided to just use only Blender and see how that would work out. So yeah, so if we play back, hello there, my name is Ismail and welcome to Top Channel 101. So you can see that you can hear the audio as well in the background, but while I'm still working on the animation, I don't want that to be there because it's very distracting, and also since I'm recording, I don't want that to get in the way of the explanation. So I'll go back to video editing and mute all the clips here. So you just select the clip, and then under the options here, so to get this option, you just hit N to bring those options there, and under strip, just click on this icon to mute that, and it should also change the color of the strip to show you that it's muted. So unfortunately, you can't select both and mute them at once, so you have to select each individually. And now if we play back, you can see that it's muted. So the concept I have for this animation, is that I will have three devices. I will have a computer, I will have a laptop, uh, an iPhone, and then an iMac computer, uh, and they will rotate around to show you the different media that I have all my assets on. So maybe the first one will show Patreon, and then the camera rotates to a different device, shows the iPhone, and then the iMac. The good thing is that I already have these assets modeled, and if you want to see how I modeled them, there should be videos on how I did all of those assets that I'm going to show you. And if you want to download those, you can find them on my Patreon page and also my CG Trader page. So here is the iPhone, textured and UV unwrapped and everything. It has the materials and everything. So I just select it, make sure that everything is attached, and then Ctrl C copy to copy the item, the assets, and then paste it into my view. Now I just need to open to find the laptop. Go to textured mode. You can see it's also textured with materials and everything. So again, I'll just select this, make sure I'm not selecting anything else that I don't need. Copy, let me go to wireframe. Yeah, so we have everything selected, copy, and then paste that in here. Make sure it's parented so that I only have to move one object and the entire laptop will be moved. So let me put it around here. Clear rotation, maybe not. Rotate 90 degree, rotate 180. So we have the iPhone. Maybe I can scale this down a bit. Around there. So we need the iMac. So let me find that. Let me see. Let's search for computer. I don't know if I should use this or now. Let me use, I think it's in 2018 computer. Is it iMac? Yeah, I think it's this one here. So let's see how that looks. Yeah, so let me see, was it textured? Because I made this project a while ago, so I'm not sure if it is. It is missing some textures, but yeah. Let me change the material here to white. Maybe this shouldn't be metallic, so let me just keep it white. What else should we change? This should also use the same materials as this. So we need a screen image for this. Let me save. iOS screen, save screen. Desktop. So let me go with this here. Now I just have to replace the image that I lost here. So if I can find the downloads, the image I've just downloaded. Yeah, I think that's okay. And the concept I have, let me first copy this. This also can just be a single object instead of two. I think this has a mirror modifier, so I'll first apply that and then join this so that I only have to move one object. And let me save. Then I can just copy this and paste this into our project. So scale it down a bit to fit the project size. So the concept I have is that I can have these three devices facing like that, and so we can start this laptop showing the first website, maybe Patreon. When I say that you can get my files on Patreon, I just zoom into this, and this shows the Patreon page, and I've already screen recorded myself scrolling down on these pages to show the different projects you can download, and also did show this page scrolling showing the different assets you can download on this page, and then show this. So these are the pages that are going to be shown on every device here. So the camera starts maybe here, then rotates to this, and then rotates to this, and I also have some sound effects to add to that. So to make this animation, I want to keep it very simple, so I'm just going to add a curve, not a plane, curve. Let's move the camera here. I'll also turn on screen keys. So if you parent the camera to the curve, so Control P, and let me go to the animation workspace so that we can preview everything here. Let me see if this won't slow down my computers. So sometimes when you're viewing textures, OBS really becomes laggy. So let me see if that doesn't happen. Okay, so it's not. So we can easily preview this here. And let me add a background image or environment lighting for this. So I'll add color, environment texture, and find an image to use there. So let me see. Textures, HDR. Just use this here. And I don't want this to be our background, so I'll just add a plane, scale it up, then select these edges, and I'll also bevel this to make it smooth, to give it smooth corners, and then give it a smooth shade. So you can see it is also catching the shadows, which is making this look really awesome. I think we need to push it down a bit so that it doesn't intersect with the different objects. So yeah, the way we want to do this is I don't know if we should rotate the camera or rotate the objects. No, I think it's better if we rotated the object instead of the camera. But the reason I parented the camera to this circle is that if I rotate the circle, then the scene rotates 300. I can easily rotate the camera 360 degrees in a smooth curve. The problem is that our background we're also seeing different parts of the background that we don't want to see. Maybe I can just make this background fill this side, fill it on this side as well. So like this, and also bevel this side as well, so something like that, so that I can rotate the camera. And what I'll do to make this easy to preview, I'll turn on, in the shading, I'll turn on back curling, and then recalculate the normals of the mesh to face outside. That way, maybe I can also do this here, turn on back curling. So that way, I can see the inside of the mesh, but when I move out, I can see what is inside, as you can see. So let's start animating. So what I can do is let's go to frame 1. We want to begin with this laptop, so I'll rotate it, and maybe I can move this laptop up, and I'm also going to give it a slight animation, like all these objects are floating in the air. So let me switch on recording, hit a keyframe for that, and move to around, I don't know, 100 and something frames. So you can see we have that slight animation in there, and we want this to be the same for every other object. So I'll give this, maybe move it up a bit, give it that rotation. Same for the phone, give it a slight rotation. Now we can start animating this. Yes, so set a keyframe there, and then what we can do is start off from around here. I think we need to move the camera back a bit. Like so. Then do a rotate up to the laptop. So we need this to be fast, so I'll just move these keyframes closer. So right now is a good point to turn on to unmute this audio. So let's see, let's preview this and see. So where is animation?
Hello Hammond. Hello Hammond. Hello Hammond, this month and welcome to Top 10 101. So we're going to dive into a speed build or a time lapse modeling video.
Let's unmute also these parts. So the problem we are running into is that I have a few words I say here before we come to this part. So what I'm going to do is let me select all these, but the word, I need to select all the animated objects, move that time about 100 frames.
Hello Hammond, this month and welcome to Top 10 101. So we're going to dive into a speed build or a time lapse modeling video, and if you want to get the project files, you can find them by.
So around here is when we should start looking at these devices, but before that, maybe we can have the camera start. So we can also move these keyframes to around here, so we can have the camera start off up, around here, and we can add some words here. So the words that I say, let me first turn off the keyframe recording, add text, rotate these 90 degrees. Let me first do it on the side here.
Hello there, my name is Ismax and welcome to Top 10 101. So
I can do hello. Okay, so I've lost the object, so it's this hello. And I want to animate this a bit, so let me first let me give it a solidify modifier, give it a smooth shading, which I think is already should already have. And what else? Give it a bevel. We can just do this in the text settings. So under geometry, we can give it an extrude, and then give it a bevel, and give it some bevel resolution like that. I'm not very fond of the font, so let's see if we can find some awesome fonts on Google. Fonts. So go to 101fonts.com to download some free fonts, and let's see what we can find there. That would be interesting. I don't know how. This is too stylish. I want something simple and readable. Maybe this. So after it's done, you just is this readable? I don't think it's readable. Let me look at something else here. Let me go with this here. I can change it later if I'm not happy with it, but I want to keep this tutorial a bit shorter. So just install, and so if you want to change the font of this, you just go under font and navigate to where you have installed that font. So in Windows, that will be in your Windows directory. So you go under C, Windows, and you should find the fonts directory. So where is that? Fonts. And then let's see, what was the name of the font? What was the name? Parameter. So I don't know if we can parameter. Yeah, so this is it. Install, and we have that. So if you see those artifacts, you can reduce. Let's try reducing the bevel. Something small like that, maybe even smaller than that. So maybe 0.05, and yeah, let's have something like that. Let's give it some materials here. So if you go to shading, let's give it some good looking materials. So I'm going to use you know what, I don't want this tutorial to be too long. I'll start from here in the next part. So thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe.